Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the January 2024 Sketch and Shine Pattern Paper Pick template. We are going to make 12 cards. It's going to be available for download starting at that date above. And it gives you all the measurements and everything you need for the card. We're going to be using the Slimline Floral Stamp Set for the sentiment from scrapbook.com. And we're going to use the Waterfall and Atlantis ink from Pinkfresh Studio. I've got some pool color cardstock for my card bases, a teal color cardstock for some layers, and my pattern paper, which is a snowflake pattern. I will have everything listed and linked below in the visual supply list. We are going to cut our paper at 4 inches, 4 by 12 to start with, and then we're going to go back and cut each 4 by 12 piece into 3-inch sections. So you're going to cut them down to 3 by 4s. And if you have a directional pattern, you're going to want to make sure you have it facing, cut it the first time in the right direction that you want it to go. For example, if you want stripes, you want them to go up and down, you're going to cut it that way. So my pattern didn't matter because it is a pattern that didn't really have a direction per se. All right, so I've got all those cut. Now I'm going to cut my turquoise cardstock down to 2.5 inches by 8.5, and I'm going to punch out with a circle punch. This is a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I'm going to punch out 12 of those. So I've cut them down. You get 4 strips out of an 8.5 by 11. Now we're going to take each 3 by 4 piece of our pattern paper and punch out a 2-inch circle from each section. So we're going to punch all those out and try to line it up as best you can. You want to give them nice and straight. There's our last one. All right, so I'm going to take and attach the 2-inch circles to the 2 1/4 inch circles, and I'm going to use my Barely Art glue for that as I drop it. This is one of those days, y'all. It's freezing outside. It's freezing in the studio. It's cold, and everything's going to go wrong. All right, so we're just going to attach all of those. We're going to work our way through, and I'm just going to stack each one of them up together. There's our last one. This pack is actually from Michael's, but I will actually link something below that's similar. We're going to start off by doing a little ink blending to add a little bit more interest to our card. So there's our piece. We're going to take the waterfall ink, and we're going to take and ink blend a little ombre bluish color up from the bottom of our pattern paper. And we're going to come back and add a little darker color with the Atlantis in a little bit after we get done with all of them. And you're going to want to take, since this one's paper is foiled, I have to come back and take and buff each one of them off with a paper towel to get the excess ink off. You want to try to keep them together as best as possible so that everything lines up. I ended up in the end not worrying too much about that. I just kind of let them go and put them where I wanted them to go. All right, so there is that one. This is our last one, and then we're going to switch to our Atlantis ink, which is a dark teal color from Pinkfresh Studio. I'm going to add just a little bit on the edge and the bottom of each one. I have all these supplies, again, listed below, where you can pick them up if you need them. And for the ones that I could not find online, I have found something similar. And again, you can download the template on my blog at rckinsmanstudio.net/RickAtkinsCards or Rick's Cards. And it'll be, look for this post and you will be able to download that. Now, since we have all our ink blending done, we're going to attach each one of our pattern pieces of pattern paper at the top, leaving a little border. This is a super easy card design to mass produce, especially for a birthday or winter. Thank you cards or anything like that. It's super easy to do. I almost did the hello, but decided to do the other sentiment instead. So we're just going to finish attaching all of our pattern papers, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment. So I think this is the last one. I'm going to pull in the Misty, and I've already got my stamp lined up. So I'm going to take and put that down, and we're going to stamp in the Atlantis ink. I hope I'm saying that right. I believe that's how you say it. Atlantis. Yes, Atlantis. So I'm going to stamp this once, and then I'm going to stamp it a second time because it wasn't quite dark enough. So I wanted it to be just a little bit darker, and I think I had a little smoosh right there on my H, so I had to stamp it one more time. The rest of them I only stamped twice. So there is that one, and we're going to do another one together. I'm using my little press tool to get a nice impression. So there's the first time. This is our last one, and then we're going to take and layer up our circles that we have layered up. We're going to pop those up on some foam tape, and I'm going to take and attach these to in the center of the circle over my opening. I'm trying to line those back up, and then I realized halfway through this that somehow I got messed up in the stacking them. So as best as I tried to not, I did. So we're just popping each one of these up on foam tapes where they are together, and it creates more like the spotlight effect. Here's our last one. I'm going to get all these papers out of the way for my foam tape. And then we're going to add a little embellishment. We're going to add some sea glass embellishment mix from Trinity Stamp. And I'm going to add 3 of the little gems to the center circle snowflakes. I'm just going to pick 3 random snowflakes and add a dot of glue, liquid glue. And I'm going to pop in 3 different of the gems of the sea glass embellishment mix to the center of each of those 3 snowflakes. I tried to match them up where if it was a super small snowflake, it got a small one. If it was a big one, it got a large one. There's like 4 or 5 different sizes of the gems in this mix. So you have plenty to figure it out. So I'm just going to pop on each one of those. I just wanted a little bit more sparkle and bring in that aqua color a little bit more. This is our last one. And then I'm going to show you all of the cards. So this one, I added a big one. You can see how big some of these are. If I could get it picked up. That's the problem. Rick picking it up. All right, remember you can download this off of my blog starting on the 18th. And here is a look at all 12 cards that I made with this month's pattern paper pick, sketch and shine pattern paper pick. If you like this video, I think you will like the video that will be coming up next. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay crafty. Love you.